Hi everyone, I'm Leanne from NLP Freedom, and once again I've got a very, very special guest here. I'd like you all to meet Richard.
Good morning.
Richard is an incredible man who has, well, I'll let you tell the story, Richard. What was it that led you into coaching? What were you dealing with?
I had to find something that worked.
Something that worked. So what was it? How many? So for those of you that don't know, Richard actually struggled. He really fought depression for a lot of years. Had a diagnosis, was on medication, and just got to that stage where things were just a bit too difficult. So, Richard, how was life for you when things really gripped you?
What, the worst? Well, there was only one thing I was going to do, and I tried it, and it didn't work. So I'm still here. Then it was doctors, tablets. That didn't really work. And then hiding, literally hiding, pulling the curtains, pretending you're not there. Get in your car and just drive for hours and hours and hours because you just didn't want to see anybody or be with anybody. But better now.
Did that help?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, kept coming back. Grey ghost. She just kept coming back.
So what was it that led you to reach out?
A friend of mine spoke to me about what you do. And even at the time, even though we spoke about it, I was still sort of in my hiding.
Of course you would be, because it's really hard when you're in that place to actually think outside that place and actually see anything else, especially when you've had really supportive doctors give you a lot of support, give you medication, and then still with that medication, you're still left to face the days that you are. So if that's really the strongest that you are, it's hard to step outside of that because you've probably looked at a lot of other things in the past that haven't worked, and it takes a lot of courage to step again because that you got to stare down the realization then that what if this doesn't work? So it's so much more than just reaching out. So
I remember I went to the doctors once. I was absolutely beside myself. I couldn't think for one longer a second, to be honest with you. I had to go because I knew I was going to do something stupid. When I got there, I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be at home. Didn't want to be with him. Didn't want more tablets. I wanted an answer. But I ended up feeling better through a chat.
mm-hmm.
And I went home, and then you just started again the next day. Because they just went home and closed all the windows, closed the doors.
Yep.
Didn't want to see anybody.
So what sort of things helped you in those days? There were obviously those thoughts, those processes that you went through, but did you turn to anything else to help you cope?
Alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Did that help?
Put you in a different place for the first couple, but to be honest, I wouldn't. Alcohol's not the answer, and I'll tell you that because it makes it 10 times worse again.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I drank is the fact I would just fall asleep or fall because I just didn't want to have what was in there. But
so a friend mentioned NLP and what we do, and at no point do I claim, or on behalf of any other NLP practitioner, claim to actually cure depression. We're not medical practitioners. What we do is we guide you to that place within yourself that you've lost that helps you actually take control of that. So we're sort of like the tour guide back to yourself, so to speak.
Yeah.
So you reached out. We had 3 sessions together.
Yes.
So describe on a scale of 1 to 10, sitting down for that first session and what you were hoping for, the depression that was really gripping you. How strong would that have been?
Oh, to be honest, I think the first one was a bit frightened to death. I thought, well, it's not that I wanted it, but I didn't. I been so long hiding that I just didn't. It wasn't any expectations at all. I just thought, well, let's get it over and done with. And
which is a really good point to make, because it just shows that regardless of whether this is something that you believe in or not, it actually has really great results, because NLP and mindset coaching it's a science-based approach. It involves a lot of, being intuitive and picking up on people's energy, but ultimately it's actually science. We're actually working with neural pathways, which is a really cool thing. So after that first session, we did some things together.
Yeah.
Was it hard to do the things that we did together?
Oh God, no. No. I mean, I think part of it is you got to want it, because if you're only doing it half-heartedly, I think at the end of the day you could quite easily slip back. So it's about you wanting it. You've got to want it as well.
Yeah. So the techniques that we did together, I mean, obviously they're different for every person, so it's not overly relevant that we jump into that. But the stuff that we did you find hard to do?
Oh God, no.
Was it a bit weird? Or was I the only weird one? Well, you're a bit weird too.
I am a bit. I've got a bit of a spiritual side about me, so I didn't find it weird at all. So that because I'd already sort of in my mind tried a few other things, and then funny enough, they all what you did related to it. So I felt that was part of the spiritual.
So for somebody that doesn't have that spirituality or that open-mindedness, do you think that this is something that they could do?
Oh God, yeah. I recommend it. I remember. There was, I think, probably there was a time I was back where I was then, even in a different place, as in a different house, and I knew it was there at the back of my mind. I sort of felt the grey ghost. And I literally went out and I stood on the lawn and done what you said, and
that helped.
Oh God, yeah, I'm not here now.
So we look at you secluding yourself away, and I did say in the comments that Richard's coaching ended up costing him nearly $250,000. So without revealing what we did, was it worth it?
Oh God, yeah.
Would you pay me more? The sad part though is that I didn't get the $250,000.
What I got now is just something else.
So describe what, the 3 sessions that we did, each one went for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour.
Yep.
Everybody's different, obviously, but how's life for you now?
Bloody magic.
Bloody magic.
Bloody magic.
I should have got a top hat with a rabbit for you.
No.
So bloody magic, define bloody magic.
Better than winning a lotto.
Really?
I would say, yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm up here.
Yep.
I'm backing me. I'm back thinking for me and for my son, and I'm looking forward, got projects, things I want to do, places I want to go. It's like, it's all come back.
That's awesome.
Prior to this, it was nothing. All I did was hide away, shut myself in behind walls and curtains.
Yeah. And so it's been nearly a year now since Richard's had his coaching. So was there a part of you that thought, well, I feel really great now, but I'm just going to revert back to how it was?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So
when it was down there, when I was down at the other place, it was still like the baby steps. You were still doing it consciously. You did it consciously. Now I would say subconsciously I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean?
So it's almost like your new way of being. You've installed a new way of being.
Oh God, yeah.
So what happens now? Because obviously we're not all happy all of the time, and we do have those dark days. What happens now when you feel yourself starting to drop down into one of those days?
Well, one of them is I go out on the back lawn and I stand on the grass and I do that. Earth myself, I would say. That's my words.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting way to put it.
And I sort of imagine that Mother Nature's blood is coming back up through me and regenerating, pushing out those negative, because they are negative thoughts, positive and negative thoughts.
Well, there's something new, because that's not something that we've done. So it's interesting how you've actually taken the new skills and actually made them relevant to yourself. That's really good. So is it easier to pick yourself out? of those moods?
To be honest, in the last 3 months, I don't think I've had any of those bad moods anymore.
That's great.
Dark ones, you know.
So prior to 3 months ago, when you would drop down into that after we had met up and done our coaching, was it easier to pick yourself up, or was it still something that you had to really focus on?
No, it was in the beginning it was difficult to focus. Well, it was not really difficult to focus on. It was because I've got that spiritual thing about me. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, from back then to now, it's easy. You don't think about it subconsciously.
So are you still in your cocoon?
Not all.
You're out of your cocoon.
Well, I absolutely out.
So you're like a big slug that's come out of your cocoon.
I threw myself back into the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did you do that? What did you do?
Well, my son came to live with me for a start, and so then I did have a purpose in life. And then I went and bought a house. And I decided to renovate.
In a suburb with people?
Yeah, with people. I decided to renovate a house. I mean, prior to that, I spent many, many years not wanting to be anywhere or with anyone. And now...
So, as a little aside to that, Richard actually is available, aren't you?
Available.
He's a very nice man. Very handsome.
No.
He's actually quite a comedian as well.
Yes.
Quite the comedian. So Richard, what would you say to someone who is locking themselves away, feeling that this is as good as it gets and just not prepared to reach out again? What would you say to them?
You're wasting your life. And well, I was wasting mine. I knew I was wasting mine. I didn't have a purpose. I wasn't going anywhere. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that was out of fear.
Of course.
And actually the unknown. But once this process has started, it all changed. In a year, I'm not going to say that there was like a magic tablet or a white rabbit jumped out of a top hat.
Yeah, well, we don't want it to be that, do we? That would have been fun, though.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things I said to the doctors when they kept giving me tablets. I said, I just want the tablet to make it all better, but there isn't one. Because it's actually the majority of the problem is actually in your own head.
Yep.
So
that's an excellent point to make, because we all have that there. We all have that.
Yeah.
We all have it. We just forget where it is, don't we? You sometimes just need someone to just show you where you left it, because I don't fix, I don't cure, I don't take that away. I just lead you back to that place that is stronger.
What I gained is the way to find it. Not that even I knew what I was looking for. I knew what I had and I didn't like it. I had to have something else, otherwise it wouldn't have a lot of point.
Well, it's hard to think rationally when you're in those dark places, isn't it?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't think.
So life's good?
Oh, bloody magic now.
Bloody magic now.
Bloody magic, yeah. Got my own house, got my son, renovating. I mean, I could have bought a house that was completely done, but I wanted a purpose. I wanted something to drive for.
Yeah, and of course, Richard's previous place was in an extremely remote area on a property where he didn't come across anybody. I mean, you went into town probably once or twice a week and it was just in and out straight away, so you didn't really have to talk to people.
Well, I purposely went there because I was hiding.
So you're hiding now?
God, no.
Just a little bit? Sometimes? No.
No, my life's completely, I wouldn't have said, I don't actually believe anything's 100%. I think you can get close.
Well, you certainly don't want to settle. You want to keep striving for more, don't you?
Oh God, yeah. I'm even going to England to see my mum, and I was one of the people who wanted to hide from. I didn't want her to see it.
So you're glad you've done this process?
Yeah.
Did you believe it would be so good? It's so easy.
I think I hoped that something would work, but from go into the doctor having tablets, and then I actually went to counselling as well. I'm not saying that none of these things work, because it all depends on the person as well.
Of course, they will give you something. Even just talking to someone, if that's where you start, just talk to someone.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I did all that, but to be honest, it never got me to the place that I am now. This is very different. I know you're not, and there's no tablets. And
so, are you taking any medication?
No.
None.
No, I haven't been taking any since June.
And you did that in consultation with your doctor?
No.
I suggest that if you are going to come off any kind of medication, don't do it just because you feel great. You know, talk to your doctor about it and let them guide you through that process.
Well, that's probably a fair point.
You rebel.
I know. Perhaps I should. I mean, perhaps I should have.
Well, you know your own body, don't you?
I knew I wasn't in a dangerous place anymore. So.
That's a wrap for you. So Richard's actually happy to answer any questions that you may have about what you're struggling with, because obviously this is a much bigger story than we've been able to share today. There's a lot of extra stuff that is probably a place where, you know, it's hard to go back to. But if you're struggling, please reach out and please post a question in the comments or even private message me, and I'm going to pass that on to Richard, because he's actually really happy to excuse me, to answer those questions and to actually be there for you as well.
Yeah.
And if you've got
no problem.
Yeah, and if you've got any questions or any concerns or anything that you're struggling with, please reach out, whether it's to me, whether it's to someone else. Just please know that you can reach back. We will reach back. You can visit my website, excuse me, nlpfreedom.com.au. Drop me a message, like us on Facebook, send a message to Richard, send him a comment. He would love that. Yeah. And I'm so grateful to you for coming in and wanting to share your story.
It's not a problem. If I can help somebody else, it'd be absolutely fantastic.
I'm sure you will.
Drag him out. I'll tell you what, it's better than crying in the street.
And remember, ladies, he's available. So come on, tell us a bit about yourself. What are your main assets? He can cook. He actually preserves all his own. What do you preserve? He does those. He's British. He does those weird eggs. Pickling. Weird eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just into everything. I do building. I'm a mechanic by trade. I cook. I've got a son, and I do all the washing and look after my own house. And I actually enjoy doing all of it.
Cool. So what can you offer a lady? Keep it clean.
Not sure. I'm not sure. No,
Well, there's an invitation. You can find out.
Yes.
You feeling a bit embarrassed?
I am about that part, yes. I'm not sure about that.
Would you like to meet someone eventually?
Start off as friends.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Shouldn't that be how we all do it?
It should be, actually.
Cool. Thank you again for sharing your story. I have so much gratitude for you.
No problem. And
please, if you're struggling with something, reach out, because we will reach back, I promise. nlpfreedom.com.au. Tell us a joke and turned off with. Come on, you're a comedian. He's awesome at this. Or tell us a story. Take us on a story.
Story.
Or the phone call that you made to me recently. He rang me at work and he said, I just need to tell you that I went to my shed and I found this bag of fertilizer.
Oh, no.
Now, this is how the conversation went. There I am, sitting there, and I get this.
I can't remember that one. I tell so many silly things.
I went to my shed and I found this bag of fertilizer and I sprinkled it all around the garden.
Oh, yeah.
But there was this seed in there.
Yes.
And I'm thinking...
I do it. I really do it to my son. I practice on my son. So, and if my son thinks it's funny, or he just gets hugely embarrassed. But basically, I threw a seed out and a great big bean stick grew. But it's
But he's really serious about this, and I'm on the other end of the phone going, and he's like, and I went up there, and this giant came down, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, there's a metaphor, isn't it? So maybe we could change that to a metaphor about your depression. The giant is the depression. So what did you do? Sliced it off at the base.
Yeah, that's what I've done basically.
That was a nice little segue, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I've got a few silly stories that I make up as I go on, but it entertains my son. Well, actually, it entertains me more than anything else.
Thank you, Richard.
It's all good.
I have so much gratitude for you. And I have gratitude for you for watching. And please, please, please reach out. I promise that we'll reach back.
Don't stay there. You can be helped.